This is the digital age. Computers run faster, money is made and lost faster, and even the people move faster. So in such a fast-paced world, how do people find the time to do everything they need to? Simple. They start to cut out the one part of their lives that is quite possibly the most important. Finding 10 minutes to call a friend or family member during a busy day of classes or work can be difficult. However, relatively new online social networking sites and text messaging services believe they have solved this problem. Beginning in 1997 with the popular social networking site 6degrees.com, people found a different way to connect to their friends. Soon, sites like Facebook and MySpace popped up, taking the schools and workforces by storm. Shortly after, the entire world was gripped by this phenomenon. In recent years, those who grew up with technology have shown a decrease in attention span. Also, more seriously, they have become so reliant on virtual relationships that they are lacking basic interpersonal skills. We talked to students at Southern Illinois University Carbondale and others already in the workforce about their general feelings towards social networking.
I think a lot of people communicate better. You can just pop in and say hi.
I'm just not a big fan. That way we can peek into someone's life.
It's more like a habit. I use it.
What do I got to see today?
Just to see what's going on.
I believe it's a waste of time. I don't sit in front of the computer and waste my time.
It's kind of a way we can be keeping in contact with some of my friends I've lived in.
I look at what's going on.
I hate Facebook.
I was just on it just to see what's going on.
There is no denying that nearly every student is familiar with social networking, but there was one site in particular that seemed to stand above the rest.
Facebook.
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 Facebook. Facebook.
With over 110 million users in the US, Facebook is the most popular social networking site. Most claimed the initial draw was for distraction.
Just to catch up with all the applications I'm involved with. That's a fun thing.
It's just, I get bored. And sometimes it's just there. You're at work, nothing's going on. For me, it's like I'm just, Facebook. Yeah, I'm just bored and I just look and see what people doing.
It's like a constant state of high school.
Pet Dragons too.
Oh, okay.
Castle Age.
I have to get that release of stress from cramming that energy in. And it's just like, oh, look at this person going to the mall. This person doing this. It's just like, oh, they posting new pictures.
I use it when I take breaks from work.
And it's just automatically, that's the first thing you go look at. It's just by habit. It's the first thing pop up.
To figure out the general trends of this new generation with constant need for distraction, we spoke to Catherine Ward, a sociology and women's studies professor at SIUC.
Have you noticed any change between your students from the past and now?
Oh, very definitely, and it's one of the most frustrating things about teaching these days. I noticed a change with the TV video generations, and people started having shorter attention spans. But I think it's the constant need for distraction, and people are just really incredibly distracted and not listening. A lot of them think that they can multitask, and I think what some people are saying that particularly at this age group, they can't really multitask very well, and they're not paying very, very good attention about what they're doing. But I think it's just, I think it's really sad. I think we lost a lot of our social communication skills.
Signs of lacking interpersonal skills were evident when we asked people about their preferred form of communication.
So would you say if you wanted to contact somebody, would you mostly do it through you can do it through a Facebook message, you can call someone, write them a letter, text message, physically go to their house?
I prefer electronic media just because it's faster and easier.
If you really want to keep in touch with your friends, that's what the phone's for.
I don't really like talking on my phone since they invented texting.
Generally, I text them.
Shame on you.
I'm a texter.
It feels like it's too much effort just to pick up the phone.
For me, if I need to talk to you, most likely I'm going to text. I don't really like to talk to people unless you're specifically my friend.
Well, couldn't you have a better relationship with that person if you actually talk to them?
No, if I'm texting you, you should feel special.
Professor Ward is experiencing the consequences of the students' need to be available every minute of every day, whether it is Facebook or texting.
About roughly how many people do you think, or do you see in your class that you see texting?
It's increasing. I come out very strongly against texting in the beginning of the class, and I even mentioned that I try to make a point of turning my own phone off, and then I won't answer it even if it's my mother, but it's a lot of surreptitious stuff. I think people get habituated in using it, and but there's not a lot of messiness involved in terms of facial expression and all that, but they just get really compelled to look at it. People are not listening, and they're not actively engaged.
While some find Facebook is a good complement to friendships, others think it's a destructive form of communication.
I think Facebook is just one way to get for people to avoid actually having human contact with other people.
You can send them like private messages if they if their cell phone's broken, for instance, you can say, hey, come room whenever you want, or let's go to do this or that.
I don't think it's useful.
It just be so much information, just new information.
See, I don't get the point of Facebook.
And so a lot of my acquaintances, as well as my project in Bangladesh, I could only communicate with them through the internet and through their blogs. And so I've met a lot of really cool people that we stay in touch.
You want to see what everyone's doing, and you're part of that little group, and you feel like you belong.
I have like a set group of people that Facebook is how I communicate with them. And if we didn't have it, I probably wouldn't talk to them at all.
I think Facebook gives you a completely false sense of security with your relationship with people.
Overall, through our conversations, we found the moral of the story. Social networking is beneficial in moderation, but use with caution and don't get sucked in.
I was getting to the point where I was addicted, and if I wouldn't have taken a step back and looked at the time that I spent on there, I probably still would be.
It's a big bad world. We're doing what we can. Sometimes we fall on our face before we even learn to stand, but we get back up, shake off all the dust and take it step by step.
Does Facebook bother you?
Good? Going to the left. Going to the right. Left.
You look like you have ears.
I wonder if I can do that. Get out of my way. Go.
Then we'll have people being crazy.
Oh my god! Oh